How are you today?
I'm okay.
Good. Well, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate the commitment you've shown to come meet with me for the first time. As you know, when you're waiting in the lobby, you had a bunch of paperwork to fill out. Part of that was the informed consent. And basically what that means is that everything that we speak about here in session remains confidential. The only time I would have to break any kind of confidentiality if I had any fear or suspicion that you're going to harm yourself or somebody else or putting somebody vulnerable in a risky situation where they can be hurt.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Okay. And as you can see, we have the tape recorder going, just so my supervisor can critique what I'm doing right, but also give me feedback about what I can do to improve my services. So if at any point you feel that that's too much, let me know, and we can shut the recorder off and end the session.
Okay.
All right. Any questions for me after that?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
If I have them, I'll ask them.
Good.
Zero.
Yes, please do. How are you hoping I can help you today?
I am just looking for kind of some aftercare. I just got done with a residential treatment in Hazelton.
Okay.
And that was, I did 42 days there.
Wow.
So that was kind of my primary treatment. They wanted me to stay a little bit longer and stay in like a halfway house and have continued treatment there, but I just thought, you know, most of this I can do at home.
Okay.
So I wanted to come home, and so I did. But I do want to, I'm continuing with some meetings in the area, but I just thought it would be a good idea to touch base with somebody with my aftercare, because it's kind of, you know, I've been home for 6 days and kind of haven't gone back to work yet. Starting next Monday, so just want to get something going.
Yeah, let me start off by saying that's great that you're here. It sounds to me that you take your treatment and recovery very seriously.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me that you maybe had a relatively good experience at Hazelton.
It was great.
And want to keep some of the stuff going. Is that about right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you? Was it a choice to go in?
It was.
Okay.
It was kind of my decision to go. I just got to a point where I've been drinking on a daily basis. I've been drinking on a daily basis for the last 2 years. But the amounts for the last 6 months have just been crazy. I don't know how my body processed, and I was getting ready for work, and I started to shake, and I just thought, I can't drink again and go to work. And so I called a friend and got me to the hospital, and I went through detox, and then we set up Hazelton, and they accepted me there and got in pretty quick, and it was, I think it saved my life. And it's still, you know, it's tough, and I'm thinking it's going to be tough. That was my first treatment ever. So.
Wow, it takes a lot of courage to kind of make, take the initiative to say, hey, I've had enough. Sick and tired, being sick and tired, and
Yeah, I've used that.
and maybe reach out. It's a very difficult thing for a lot of people to do, and I give you a lot of credit for doing that. And you have tremendous insight. You being here today really proves to me that you have a lot of insight. So you're here for some aftercare support, if I hear you right. Okay.
Yeah.
What areas are you looking for support in?
I'm just hoping, I've got some support at home from my kids.
Okay.
I have two older girls. And from my husband too. Although he still drinks. Not at home. We have everything out of the house. I'm not allowing it into the house. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't trust myself, honestly, around it. And even, he hasn't drank in a while. I don't know if he's going to, but we have a lot of friends that do, and that was kind of my social life. So I'm just wanting more, and I need to remove myself from situations that are kind of high risk and be around other supportive individuals, and I'm starting to do that. about maybe volunteering. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm really kind of nervous about what do I tell my friends when they call and
Sure.
want to hang out and have some drinks. Like, that's going to be really tough because if anybody says
Sure.
offers it, I'm gonna want to go, but I don't. It's kind of like this toss up.
Right. In one way, I can be supportive here is, give you a platform to kind of role play those conversations. I'm wondering, what is that like for you to kind of leave behind what was your social life?
I don't know. It's new.
Mhm.
It's gonna be new. I mean, I had the treatment. When I was at treatment, it was great because I was in this almost like a bubble, like this productive bubble around me. And now that I'm out, it's just kind of it's scary. It's gonna be. I know it's gonna be hard. So that's what I did for many years. Some of my friends might be like, it's about time. We're sick of seeing you make a fool of yourself. I don't know. There's a part of me that's gonna miss it. Getting ready to go out, going out, seeing a lot of people, and it just made me feel really at ease. Made me feel comfortable. Like I could talk to other people.
Yep.
I was a likely party. Well, that's what I thought when I was drunk, but
You felt included.
Yeah.
And you kind of talked about maybe some things you're going to do to maybe replace that support system. You talked about AA, possibly volunteering. During your time at treatment, was there anything that you learned about yourself that was new that can help you during these difficult, tempting times?
That I'm strong. Like when you were talking about, it hasn't really set in though. You were mentioning, you're insightful, you came in here, and I don't think that. I think I'm pretty stupid for, letting it get that far, letting it get out of control. And honestly, the only reason I went in was because I was going through detox in the morning. And I haven't had any OWIs. I probably should have had many. There are many times that I've driven under the influence, many times that I've driven while drinking. And it's just stupid. It was so stupid.
So you're kind of turning back the clock a little bit, looking at what should have been. On one hand, you're very, you seem very proud of the big steps that you have taken so far, and everything you've told me, they are very big steps. It may not feel like it right now, but in my experience, a lot of people never take that first step. So on the one hand, you're very proud of that. On the other hand, I hear a lot of embarrassment and a lot of I should have.
Yeah. I don't know if you've had a chance to look over my intake stuff or not.
I just know your first and last name, so
Yeah.
I want to get your story.
I should have known that this could happen. I have a long line of alcoholism in my family. I have four uncles, and out of the 5 boys that my grandma had, only one doesn't have any AOD issues. So it's and my dad was an alcoholic, so it's like, wow, really? You didn't want to stay. You should have known. You should have known that this was going to happen.
So you should have seen some of the red flags there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of things that I've done that I'm not really happy about, but I
So-
can't change them. That's the one thing that I've learned from treatment is that I can't change the past,
Sure.
but I can change the future, and I don't want to be that person anymore.
So you got some hope still. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put together the pieces here because I hear a lot of, there's a lot of optimism, but there's some self-defeating language that you're using too. So you make the choice to go through treatment, right? Through this process, some of the beliefs that come out are, I should have known this, I should have known that, you know, I know my family history. What kind of consequences do you have by staying in the should area?
I don't feel very happy about myself. It's not a good feeling.
What's that like when you're down on yourself? You're beating yourself up. What's it like in that moment?
It's
or the
really
moments after?
draining. It's really, I get tired, I get frustrated, and I get tired, and I get to feel like, well, what's the point, you know?
Is that where some of the hopeless feelings come in when, you know, you're stuck in that should stage? Beating yourself up, you get really drained and exhausted.
Yeah.
How would you like to look at it? Because it seems like you can point out the negative consequences very accurately. You know yourself very, very well. How would you like to view your situation, your experience of going to treatment, and now coming out with some very, you know, some strengths that you have, you know, your insight, you're strong, you pointed that out, and this commitment to get better. How would you like to look at this experience, maybe not in this second, but down the road?
As an illness. They talked a lot about that in treatment, that, you know, it's a medical illness, and I want to let go of the, you know, I should have been stronger, I should have been able to see the warning sooner.
That stuff you want to let go of? But,
yeah,
okay.
I would just like to put this in my past and say, you know, I know I'm not alone in this. I know that because I go to meetings and I see so many people. But it's hard to really internalize it and say,
Sure.
you know, I have some family members that just don't understand at all, and they think, you know, it's a moral disease, and, you know, any respectable person would have just not drank so much, not let it get to the point.
Well, no wonder you kind of get stuck in that. You've heard that for many years, and you know, you shared with me family members who also, you know, struggle with alcoholism. Is that kind of the mindset the family had with them too?
Well, yeah, for some of them, like my aunts, I have a group of aunts, and they're just kind of little chatterboxes, and they like to talk about family members, and I've heard them talk about my uncles in the past, and like, oh yeah, you know, he's drinking again, and you know, getting really frustrated, and I'm just kind of worried about, well, what are they saying now about me? Like, yeah, she's, you know, just like everybody else, and but she should have known, you know.
So you have some fear of maybe being that estranged family member, or you know, somebody that makes poor choices. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you know, how would you like to view how your family sees you?
I would like them to view me as human, you know. I make mistakes, I have an illness, and I'm making steps to better myself, you know, that I did go through treatment, and that I'm really trying. I wish that was enough for them, that they could just say, yeah, we're trying, we'll support you. We're not going to talk about you behind your back.
Sure.
That really bothers me when people do that. If they can't say something right to your face, confront you about it, and it really ticks me off.
So are you, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and you can please correct me, you know, steer me back to where I need to go, but I'm wondering if some of the things you wish they would view you as are some of the beliefs that you would have for yourself. I am trying, you know, I am human, I make mistakes, this is very tough. Because when I asked you, how would you like to view everything, you just left it at an illness. Are any of the things you're hoping other people perceive of you, or stuff you want to perceive of yourself?
Say it again.
You said that you want the family members to see you as